The Petrosains Museum of Science is quite interesting. We have an earthquake simulator here where kids like to play around and see how an earthquake would behave. We have lots of other things to figure out how science, how technology is working. I have a few examples here, like the strings that are quite interesting. Here you have the ability to build your own circuits, to make lights light up. There you can see one working light. And lots of other things that you can try out here in the Science Museum, which is quite interesting. It's in the Petronas Towers or in the KLCC in the Suria Mall, where you can find it, and lots of other things that you can try out. I'd like to try out this wind blower here and the ball that is like then flying into the air. Let's see. There's so many interesting playgrounds and attractions for kids to try out different things, to discover science and to discover certain features of the physical world, physics, how things are working together, loudspeakers, how they're working, explore. So it's very, very cool. Even for the little ones, there's a little playground there in the middle, which makes it super, super interesting. And yeah, this ball game is very, very futuristic and interesting for kids to play around as well. And look at this. This is a pretty cool, interesting instrument because you can lift yourself up and then have yourself coming down pretty easily. Also talking about physics, how you can lift yourself up and how you can get down without falling to the ground. Just have enough power to lift yourself up to the top. And then just let go and you can go down quite easily just using physics and air. It's very interesting, isn't it? So everything that you can imagine of interesting experiments that you can do, you will find here in this Petrosains museum and playground for kids, I would say. And you get even an explanation of how it works by seeing this. So we have a single string here and the same weight put on the string. Single string here, if you try to lift it, it's much harder than the double one if you try to lift it. It's much easier and it gives you instructions on how to do it to try it out. So this is the science behind it. So you put lots of strings, lots of possibilities to lift the weight, and this is why people are able to lift themselves up here, because we have 3 or 4 of those strings here combined to be able to lift yourself up without issues, with ease. And if you're bored by no screen time, you have the ability to play some interactive games here as well, using some 3D cameras to make yourself dance and put yourself into various different dance positions. As you can see here, it's quite popular. There are other attractions as well from the digital media world, like for example, the possibility to see slow motion and control it via a knob. You can control and see each kind of crash, each kind of flower growing or growing from a seed, basically. And you have also some reaction games here, as you see sticks falling down and you try to grab it. Let's see, there, this guy did it. So yeah, great. And of course, at this Petronas, they have Formula 1 simulators here as well, so you can play on 3 screens here. Now it would feel like playing in or driving on a Formula 1 car. And here we have the Petrosains mascot. And we have a real Formula One car here, which is from AMG Mercedes Racing Award Science. George Russell, who was driving this car here. So this is also quite interesting. You can see also what kind of tires they use. So the slicks, then the intermediate. See how large those are, actually. And you have the wet, full wet wings. Huge difference in comparison to normal cars. You see this one here has those Pirelli slicks on. Very interesting to see this. Very nice for spending a whole afternoon here figuring out all the different science experiments and having a lot of fun with your family. After we ate something, we are upstairs now, and here we have the sustainability rooms with various different options on how to create power, for example, using wind, using solar power, using water, and other methods. So there are very nice games that are introducing you on how to use sustainable energy for the near future to create a new energy movement here in town that is green, that helps you to have creative new energy options. You have even a green city simulator where you can play around and can figure out how to create a green city, how to use all the power, how to distribute the power, how to exchange those coal and carbon mines, or how to reduce carbon and still maintain total energy levels to sustain the whole city. And here is the exhibition hall for the future. You can see we have a robot here that you can control. My daughter is controlling it. You can say and do many things. You can move him around. Control this little robot there. You can do some high commands here. Very, very nice. I think one eye is broken. Yeah, one of those eyes is broken, but the rest is working fine. Very interesting, very nice. And other experiments and things to work around with, like this robot here, you can control. So I can control it with the controls here. And let it do for certain things. Making different sounds, so very interesting. And here you can see also one of those robots there. Then how the robot is developed. And other options like solving tech lab options that I don't see right now here. Some other inventions for the future that you can try out. Nice interactive table here as well you can play a game with. And lots of other interesting things here for future tech. This is a good demo for spectrum analyzer. So first of all, I take this light here and you see it how we normally see it, or would see it. Then if I go to the red, I see the infrared version where you can see the light bulb clearly. And if I go more to the blue, I have ultraviolet that we also don't see. And if I go even further down the spectrum, we have X-ray. And you can do it here with different objects, like for example, this tablet. This is what I see. If I go to infrared, this is what infrared would look like. This is what ultraviolet would look like, and X-ray. Very nice simulation, and you can just tap it away and use it with different objects. And those little science experiments you can see as well here with an infrared camera where people can walk right in front to it, just like let me walk right in front to it. They can see me with my camera there. And yeah, so infrared cameras here as well show you how it is working with infrared, how infrared would look like. And here we have the space idea. So you have the possibility to see the mission control center here, how it will look like, and play a little bit of games with space. And have the ability to use this here to create some space medic game. There you can see another game. Here you see the game running already. We have some simulations here. Currently it's blocked off, but gyro simulation, how it would look like, how it would feel like when you are in space, you're losing gravity. And you see they activated the gyroscope. This is how it will look like then when you're sitting on it. You have someone taking care of it, but I would get too dizzy in this thing, I think. So for me in space, they have to invent artificial gravity for spaceships, otherwise I will probably not like to go to space. Very, very nice that you have the ability to do so. Some 3D animations, hopefully you can see it as well. So it's a 3D effect that you have here that they create with this one. Same for this one, it was a bit harder to see. There's an astronaut that you have to get right into, I see myself probably, right into its cabin back. Very nice games that you have here. It's a very interesting science-focused experience. And now we are in the space section. You can even control one of the land rovers here that can go to Mars and then pick up probably some stones for examining, for research. You have the ability to control it here via the panel. So yeah, it is a very, very interesting way of dealing with this kind of thing. And this is also very, very cool. You can take a photo of yourself and then you see yourself floating in space. And I took a photo now of myself and you see, there we go. That's me in a spacesuit, drifting in space. And from space, we are coming now to the dinosaurs. And yeah, the area of dinosaurs. The first Malaysian dinosaur you can see here, probably a replica. Whoa, it's loud. Hopefully the noise cancelling is working here. So we have the dinosaur area with, wow, even more dinosaurs there and a nice little bridge where you can climb on. Lots of dinosaurs moving here. And I think my daughter is a bit of afraid of the dinosaurs here. She wants to be carried. It's talking about dinosaurs, fossils, and you have the possibility to touch them even, to feel like it was back then or how it felt like. What we have nowadays still as leftover of all those ancient times of dinosaurs. Hopefully you still hear me because it's way, way too loud here. Here you can see the dinosaur maybe again. It's full glory there, moving around. Very large. Very nice exhibition hall here. I'm surprised how large this is, how much fun you can have here with your whole family. So I showed you lots of stuff here in this science museum from Petronas. And I think it is very fascinating to visit here with your kids, if you have kids. But also, as an adult, I have a lot of fun here, enjoying playing around with the different attractions that you have here. Learn about the physics, because each and every station has an explanation of what you can see here, what you can do here, which is super, super cool, super, super nice. You can see lots of kids with their parents, but also school classes are going in here to try out different things, to see how stuff is working. And it's a very, very big kind of playground here with the Petrosains options that you have here.